life in the day of me. This is the thing, you guys. Sometimes we let these things discourage us. Can I use this as an analogy? Because this is how my brain works. This is how I am. Y'all deal. When things get hard, or things are like, oh, I don't know the technical stuff, or I don't know how to do a reel. I don't know what to post today. I don't know what to do, X, Y, whatever your excuse is. You stop right there. Like for me, I could have been like, oh crap, I didn't record. I'm going to not record, and I let that get to me or forget, whatever. You know what I mean? I could let that make or break me, that small little thing. It's how you choose to have the emotions towards what you do daily. You guys are, I think so many of us come into this business with, you know, whatever goal you have. I'm not trying to say anyone's goals are too small or too big or whatever. You're allowed to dream so damn big. But if you dream so damn big, you got to understand it. Your vision has to match your work ethic. Sorry if my phone keeps going off. You got to realize my bold phase is constantly my stage 1 growth, my chapter 1 hustle. So like we have talked about, I sent in the chat recently, like bold posts that I did back in 2018 when I first started this business. I do not know how to mute my chat. Sorry. When I started this business, but you guys didn't see that 2 years before that. I had been with the previous company working my booty off, failing forward, cold messaging, spamming, posting screenshotted emails, and everyone posting the same post because everyone was taught to copy and paste and to hustle and to work and maintain and to be spammy and be on your phone all damn day. You didn't see that, hey, when I started in 2018, my chapter 1 over here was me actually getting to learn to be myself, which was even harder, you guys, when you're not told what to post and what to send. It's honestly, if you weren't in another network marketing company and you started with this company, welcome to the better version of network marketing and being taught how to build massive success. But you got to realize it's going to be harder because guess what? You got to be yourself. And you got to realize this is your business. This isn't my business. You're not making me money because guess what, babes? My belief is so there that none of you are making or breaking what I do with my paychecks. Because you want to know what? It's not about you guys. It's about the lives that I'm serving. And by me leading from the front helps you guys learn that you can be yourself, fail your way forward, to grow, to learn, to serve, and to love. It's not about having it perfect. It's about being you. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Sometimes I'm too bold for people. Sometimes I say things very, very short to the point because I'm not here to make you feel comfortable. I'm here to make you feel growth. And if you're always being told what you need to hear, you're usually going to be stuck where you're at that you're wanting to change. Birds of a feather flock together. Why do you think certain people go to the same type of people to get advice from, or to get validation from, or to get acceptance from? It's because you're usually doing the same whatever, the same actions. Y'all know what I mean. And it's okay. But the thing about it is, and I had a one-on-one with Krista earlier, and I was like, you know what my biggest thing in this business that I can give you that's always helped me up level, get real with myself, get my level of how I need to show up for my business, my growth, my mindset is this. You know, a horse, when they're like on a little like trolley or whatever, and you're like, they have those, I don't know if you guys have horses, and you probably know what I'm talking about, like the little blinders that block their eyeballs. I'm doing my best here, okay? But those little blinder things, I always envision that in my business every day as much as I can possibly remind myself. Because if I got caught up like focusing on what Katie's doing or M's doing or Chris is doing or Candy's, and I always was looking to the left or right, I'm always going to be dimming my light. I've had to go through seasons in this business, you guys, where not everyone likes what I have to say. And as a leader, I have to learn to still operate to my truths and not waver in who God's made me to be if I know my heart is operating through integrity and love and serving. And these are the traits that I'm trying to help you guys understand. It's not about trying to be liked or be understood or be accepted. It's about being you. Maybe that's hot mess express, dark circles, running around with their hair crazy, kids in the background, whatever. Freaking own that and show up as for that. And there's a point to this whole madness that I'm talking about. But this is how you learn how to post. boldly and vulnerably. I think what happens is you guys don't go through the bold phase, and then you got to try to do the inspirational phase. Like you try to, I agree. What I'm trying to say is when you didn't see my bold phase, all you're seeing right now is my inspirational phase, my level of where I'm at and inspiring and impacting. But take me back to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, go look at my post, go back to my page and scroll through 2018, 2017, 2019, and how I posted. I was bold. My chapter 1 aligned with my actions every single day. I didn't waver with trying to always inspire or be inspirational or be like this blogger or influencer or perfect picture person. I was me, and I did it scared, and I did it anyways. So I want to talk about that because a lot of my posts I was pulling up for this Zoom. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. I don't know how to share screens. I'm not like tech savvy like that, so y'all can just deal with me on this. But one second. I promise I'm gonna get it pulled up because I was looking at my post, my phone died, or I would do that. And literally when I was talking, I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but it's like these posts that I would post would be like, secret to my flat tummy detox phase, normally 52. Right now you're gonna get it for 20. And like when you guys see posts like that, I think what happens is you get like scared to do those because it's so in your face or like you're salesy or something. But I think the thing is you can't miss the bold phase. If you're not incorporating the bold phase in your posting and you're in your chapter 1 and you're not where you want to be yet, you got to realize going for that no, being you and showing like what you have your hands on is gold. How do you feel? Are you sharing how you feel in those posts? Are you talking about what this is doing for you? Are you in a routine where you get up and you don't have to run to your Keurig every single morning? Are you sharing about that? Are you cooking food right now that's healthy and you're making better choices and having healthy options a part of your regimen and sharing about that stuff? Last night I did a reel about protein pancakes. And I had so many people in my inbox asking me about the recipe, which led into a conversation about overall making healthy choices because I'm not craving sweets like I used to. Do you see how I just was bold and just talked about how it made me feel, talked about what it was doing? And because of that, like a customer signs up to get the shakes, for example, because I used the shakes in my protein pancakes last night. It's about sharing and being bold. And I wanted to kind of do a Q&A style on this too. But I want you guys to ask questions when it comes to this. Like, what do you feel like is your biggest hurdle when it comes to being bold, whether it be in a conversation, whether it be in a post, whether it be asking questions? Like, what do you feel holds you back? Because if you don't ask, we can't work through it together. And I know I'm very like, beep, beep. But the thing is, you guys, the reason why I want you to feel like this is a safe space is because I've been through this. And as your leader, I'm strong enough to go first so that I can help you guys overcome yourselves. Do you get what I'm saying? So every scenario that you may be facing in your business, whether it holding you back, keeping you stuck, making you question, making you lose your passion, making you lose your motivation, not showing up consistently, talking crap in your mind all the dang time, whatever it may be, I've gone through it. And my job is to help you know it's okay. But let's change it so we can get those results, those growth. So not to be bold and not to be salesy. Okay, so what is salesy to you? That's where you have to, what part of the salesy part scares you? So if it's salesy, are you worried about what someone's going to perceive that when you're talking about how the 3 steps make you feel? Like if you're going to a post and let's say you used balance last night and you posted a before and after picture of your balance results. Because honestly, I know if I take a balance picture, like a picture at nighttime before I go to bed, and then the next day take a picture in the morning and then do a side by side, there's a small difference. Because literally balance like helps me immediately. And so if I did that and I talk about that product and being like my secret to my flat tummy pills or the secret to my flat tummy, like magic, whatever, Like I talk however that comes to my mind the moment it comes to my mind. You guys, I spelled, like if you go to my post, I spelled burritos the other day instead of team because it spell checked me and I didn't care. I was like, yo, I spell things wrong all the dang time. That's just me. Why am I gonna work? Like I get there's people that are like grammar set like crazy and like all that. Those may not be my people because I spell things wrong all the dang time. I talk like a kindergartner half the time. But the thing is, I'm me, and that's what makes people connect to me. I'm not wavering in like worrying about if I did this right or did that wrong. Like I just do it scared and do it anyways. But if I went to probably 70% of your guys' stories right now or timeline right now, you either have not posted for the day or have not showed up in your stories. And I need you guys to understand the difference between a chapter 1 hustle. You can unplug, you can take time off, you can definitely need to pour into your cup and put your mindset first, okay? But you can only pour into yourself so much before the actions start to waver because your mindset isn't believing in what you're going towards. You gotta understand your belief drives your action. And if you're in your chapter 1 and you're not where you want to be, then you can't expect to go take 3, like they said in the GOAT training. You can't expect to take 3, 4, or 5 days off and then expect your 5 to 7 years to look any different, because every time you take that amount of time off, guess what? You're resetting your 5 to 7 years. I have not taken, okay, and this is gonna scare you guys because this is me. Someone that I talked about in my post earlier where I made $27 my first check. Right? And then my next check was higher. My next check was higher. And then now I make five figures on a weekly basis. And here's the thing, you guys. It's not to brag. It's not to say anything of that nature. What it is, you have to realize you control what you get back. And if you want that type of income, what is that going to require of you? You're a CEO of your business. You got to learn when to unplug. You got to learn when to be intentional. You got to learn how to balance. There's going to be seasons of everything different. Every season, I call it like chapters of my mindset growth. I look at hard seasons as my mind. I'm so weird, you guys. So every time I'm going through something, I look at it as a new level up to where I'm about to go. So I'm about to go 200K, right? So what I look as, I've been going through some hard, like crap the last few months. And a lot of my leadership knows this, but I've been going through where I'm facing growth. I'm facing resistance. I'm facing up-leveling moments. I'm facing my limiting beliefs. I'm facing my self-sabotaging. I'm facing all the inconsistencies that I haven't really looked myself in the mirror on. And I'm finally doing that. So it's uncomfortable. And when you have uncomfortability and resistance and moments that cause you to say, hey, are you really committed to what you said you came here for? Or are you just interested? Because the thing about it is when things are faced in your face with choice of, are you going to resort back to your old patterns that have always given you the same results? Or are you going to up level and do different to get different? And I know we don't say it's about like the results, but the results show by what you're compounding over 90-day periods of time. So if this is not where you want to be, look at what I'm always in competition with myself. You want to know what I'm doing? I'm always the #1 PPA earner on this tribe, period. You will not outwork me with this. I'm constantly making sure I'm serving and I'm leading from the front. Krista, she's the #1 PPA earner on her team. A lot of my leaders do the same thing themselves. They challenge themselves to be making sure they're leading from the front in this area. If that intimidates you, it's not about results, it's about serving. Do you know how many lives I get to impact and give options to because I'm believing and I'm achieving? Your mindset and your beliefs will follow that action. If you want someone to tell you, hey girl, you can take the easy way and only put half-ass effort in and half-ass like results and half-ass mindset tips and half-ass routines, and get where you want to go. I'm not going to be that leader for you that helps you just sugarcoat things through your whole journey here. I'm here to up level you, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard work. But you got to realize 5 to 7 years of hard freaking work will let me take when I'm 37 years old, the rest of my life off if I wanted to. I rather work very, very hard. And I'm not saying, hey, I don't take time off or I don't unplug. Let's make sure your mind's not limiting to you to think you have to be a workaholic. That's not the perspective that I'm saying. So check yourself, because if that's something that you're like, oh, I don't want to be a slave to my phone, that's probably because you're not consistent. And because you're not consistent, guess what? You think you need to be slave to your phone all the time, which is a limiting belief that you need to overcome. No, I am off my phone less and I'm doing more. You want to know why? I set timers. You want to know why? I have a freaking routine. And it's not easy. And every single day I hate waking up to having to go sometimes pour into myself. There's days that I don't want to. Hello, I'm a human. I'm not different. But my choices in the small things is what separates the leadership levels of what each leader does. You want change, guess what? You're the change. You want the key, you're the key. You want to grow a different life, you are the key to unlocking it all. You have to be willing to step into that door. So let's touch on this, because you know how I'm all over the place. Blah, blah, blah. My biggest hurdle is connecting with the people. Okay, so let's talk about that, because I think that's my biggest thing that I hold myself back in as well. I have a hard time connecting with people because I am very blunt. I'm Italian. I say it how it is. You should see how I talk to my 13-year-old. He's actually worse than me. He's going to be a billionaire, I promise you, by the time he's like 25, because he's like me times 10. So that's a lot. I'm like, but my point is, I'm not always a people person, but I also have to realize that's the narrative and the perspective that I'm feeding. That's not the truth. So if I'm having a hard time connecting to people, it's usually because I'm not willing to open up myself. So you have to connect to people. What are they going through? I ask people, when I'm like how they were talking about getting in people's inboxes, I pay attention to what people are doing in their stories. And that's how I get into inboxes, by just making genuine connections. I said, oh my God, that looks like such a fun fall festival. I wish Arizona had fall festivals. Where do you live? I need to do something like that here. Like, cause we don't have that here. So I can connect to people with all the fall festival stuff they're doing right now. And you don't want to know something else? Like, it drives a conversation. But if you're not willing to have that conversation and ask that thing that comes to your mind and be a person and be a human, you're going to have a disconnect when it comes to having conversations. Because you have to be willing, and you have to go for it, and you have to do it scared, and you have to send that message, and you have to type out that message, or you have to voice message that message. And that's what's the hard part. That's why half of you guys aren't where you want to be, is because you're not doing the thing. And it's okay. That's the thing you also have to realize. There's no timetable for your success. There's no like, hey, you have an expiration date on your success. But if you want to get where you want to go, you've got to also realize what it takes. So next thing. Oh my God, I've cried in lives. I've actually have 3 promoters that are on here from me crying on a live about my recovery and me being a former addict 10 years ago. Like, I'm 10 years sober this year. And I've had 3 girls join me because of me crying and sharing my testimony about going through recovery, being a pill addict, losing my son, having to take my mom back to court to get my son. All the things I've been through, I've shared about. And I think that's the other thing. We miss the bold phase. You know how uncomfortable it was to talk about my addiction? Not fun, because I don't identify with that person any longer. That was 10 years ago. I'm a completely different person. But I was a crazy person 10 years ago. And I know that there's someone out there that needs my testimony, because my pain is power. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're going through shit, guess what? That's your freaking power. That's where you dig so damn deep and use it as your fuel to freaking light a fire under your ass. When I'm going through things, I know I'm going through things. Why am I going to let that dim me down or hold me back? I'm going through something. Sit with it, feel it through, journal it out, turn it into a message. Because someone needs that. When it comes to bold posts and talking about the products, you guys, I was on anxiety medication. I know we can't make medical claims, but I was on prescription medicine that made me feel like I was out of body half the time or constantly out of it half the time because I was on antidepressants and anxiety medication. And if you are, that's okay. But for me, that wasn't my thing because of how it made me feel. And that is the whole reason I started this business in the first place, is because I didn't want to be freaking on pills where I had already come from a pill addiction. I didn't want to have to be on medication to make me get through my day. Thank freaking God for Black Label. Do you see how I just made that a post? Because I shared a vulnerable side of me, and then I talked about how it made me feel. Black Label saves my life every damn day. Like, I had it on earlier and I got in the bath and I took it off, but I had literally, it's an everyday thing, sharing those things. You guys are all on social media. I see all of your green lights. I talk about this all the time. You're more busy scrolling, comparing, doubting, complaining, talking, gossiping, slandering, partying, drinking, self-sabotaging, and inconsistencies, lack of belief than you are willing to do the hard things. And then you get mad because you're not where you want to be, but you're not putting in the effort that it takes to get to where you want to be. My why, I may not be motivated every day. I may not always feel the fire every day, but you want to know what I will never not do is not show up. Because my why is so damn big that my freaking family is watching me. My haters are watching me. My family that doubts me are watching me. My son and my future children are watching me. Sorry. When I have kids with Nick, they're watching me. I get to be home with them. That is I went through so much hell with getting my son back when he was 2 years old from my mom in court, that thankfully he's gotten to make that time up with me and see me and be around me and lead that example. But imagine when I have future children that I don't have to miss moments out on for. Why can't you have that? You don't see my chapter 1 that made me go to my knees crying. I still get on my knees and cry and go through hard things, but I get back up. And you need to too, because you're no different than me. If I could shake your face right now, that's what I'm doing. You're no different than me. I love you. You can do it. You got to believe in order to achieve. I'm sick of the lack. I'm sick of the excuses. I'm sick of you self-sabotaging you because this doesn't connect to this. Your mind must arrive at the destination before your life ever will. And I went so far right, off, left, right, whatever, off of what I was here to talk about. But my point of this is, the mind part is how you become bold. It's how you post. It's how you show up by willing to just say what's on your mind. And I promise you guys, it's not going to be easy the first 5, 10, 20 posts. Every day I was having to reprogram myself from cold messaging when I first started this business. All I wanted to do when I first started, be like, hey girl, I just started these amazing 3 steps. You should try them because I'm feeling bomb. But I had to correct my bad habits. So my bad habits can be your inconsistency bad habits, or you not having conversations, or you not going for the no. And those are the things that you have to start undoing. And it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to happen overnight. But if you keep practicing, you keep showing up. You think I don't look on who showed up tonight's training? Jesse Lee taught me this. And this is how I teach my other leaders to lead. I look at my little 44 people that are on here, and I look at what 44 people are in my inbox saying they're not seeing results and who's on here and not on here. I look at who's consistent and hungry. I look at who's showing up on the weekends, or who's you're allowed to freaking unplug. But if you're taking days off, don't get mad at what you're not giving effort to. So next thing is, My biggest hurdle is connecting. I feel like I haven't found my people that I'm starting to. Okay, so I love this. If you feel like you haven't found your people, then you got to realign it to your fives, like your branding. You got it. Like we shared on the GOAT training the other day. I went through this weekend after they shared that, and I unfriended all my groups. Like I'm still working on it because I had like 6,000 groups and I had no idea I was a part of any of them. So I'm working on it. It's taken some time, but I'm not being hard on myself. I'm going through and I'm being intentional, and I'm unfollowing all those groups. Because of me doing that, it's allowed my algorithm to go up, and it's allowed me to be able to make more genuine branding connections. Because what I'm doing is, now that I'm getting out of all those groups that I didn't want to be a part of in the first place, it's helping my algorithm, and I get to go search things that make me me. So me, like I'm about to start home decoring my new home like crazy. So I'm going through a lot of home decor groups and getting tips because I love to DIY. It literally is like my anxiety relief. Like DIY, is that how you say it? DIY, DI. Yeah, I have dyslexia, so y'all know what I mean, okay? But literally that's, I like creating things. I like being creative. So I'm in groups like that. Maybe I'm a teen mom. So I had my son I got pregnant at 16. I had him at 17. So I'm a teen mom. I'm in teen mom groups. I have a son. He's an only child. So I have only child groups, like boy mom groups. I don't connect with toddler moms because I don't have a toddler. So I don't do things that don't connect with me. Maybe you like baking, follow things like that. And then like they said in the GOAT training yesterday, go in and make an introductory post. Introduce yourself. Who are you? What are you about? This is the part that you have to start defining the intentional inspired action, is being real to push that button. A lot of us join a group and then do nothing with it. We don't introduce ourselves. We don't connect. We don't get kind of like, hi, my name's Brittany. I'm from Arizona. I'm 30 years old. I have a mom, whatever I went through and said. Just say something short and then push that button. Promise you guys, just build friendships. But you have to niche it down to what makes you you. Let's see. Catching people's attention. I don't want you to focus on that part. I want you to focus on being you. Because by being you, the right people's attention will find you, if that makes sense. If you're trying to catch people's attention, you're probably trying to get a sale. And I'm not trying to sound like that, but it's not about the sale or trying to find that perfect post or the perfect thing that makes sense to get that attention. It's about doing the thing that came to your mind or your heart right then and doing that part. Because that's what makes people connect with you, is by you following your tugs. Okay. People reaching out in DMs, but then they say they don't have the money with. Okay, so if people are reaching out, one, let's feed the perspective. That's amazing. This is where I'm trying to align you guys. The fact people are in your inbox, let's celebrate that. Let's say, oh my God, I'm so grateful I have people messaging me. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited that someone's interested. Guess what they do? They go into my handy dandy notebook as a potential immediately. Immediately go into here, written down what platform, what are they wanting. So when people reach out, one, what perspective are you viewing that when they don't message? If they don't message you back, are you automatically being like, oh no, they're not going to respond to me. I just lost the sale. They're probably not interested. Right? If you are, that's why you're getting that back. Your mind finds what it always will achieve. So you're telling yourself you're not going to get that sale. You're telling yourself, and you got to also understand that's a part of this industry too. So you got to put your big girl panties on a little bit and understand that, like, if you're having people that ghost you, that's a part of this industry. But guess what? They're interested and they're watching. So I still engage and I still follow up and I still connect and build a friendship. So when they say, hey, I don't have money, okay, that's exactly why you should be looking into doing what I do. So what is stopping you? The fact you're broke should be motivation enough to change your damn circumstances, girl. If it's not, you're not hungry enough. Because guess what? I had women that have sold clothes to start. I have had women to go on OfferUp or Marketplace and sell things. I've had people borrow money. I've had people put it on a credit card. Hey, guess what I did? I was late, $200 late on my mortgage and borrowed $200 to start because I believed I could achieve, and I did it scared anyways. So when there's a will, there's a damn way. So when you're broke, no girl, you need to make changes to get changes. So when people say they're broke, I say, okay, so I can understand that. I use feel, felt, found. I say the thing about it is I was there too. I was that mama that was on government assistance. I was constantly walking into a damn store, looking at how much I could spend money on. I was constantly buying the store brand food than organic, healthy foods. I was constantly having to look at how much I have left over for gas for the next 2 weeks. I was that girl. So there's no shame in my game. But you want to know what I had to do? I had to do something about it to get a different circumstance. So when is enough enough? The fact you're broke should be the motivation enough to change that. You guys, if you need help overcoming objections, there's 2 trainings in our team page about it. Have you watched them? And then have you implemented? Probably not. And if you haven't, it's okay. But this is how you practice. Conversations aren't going to just be perfect until you start practicing. I control my conversations. All my conversations, I control every single part of my conversation. Go look at the leaderboard if you want to see how good I am at enrolling. The thing about it is, you guys, you got to be bold. You got to stop wavering in you. You got to ask the hard questions that come to your mind because we all think them. We all are like, okay, so if you're broke, well, why aren't you trying to do something about it? We think it, but we won't say it. Why? Are you being mean in your heart when you're asking? No. Are you trying to be rude or anything like that? I hope not. Because if I'm going to ask someone, okay, so these are your circumstances, what are you doing about it? I'm not going into it with the intent of being rude or judgmental or anything. I'm going in with, I know I hold the damn key to changing their life. And so I'm going to say it with love, but I am going to say it when I know the truth of how it can change their life. And like Katie talked about this recently, if you don't have a success story yet, draw inspiration from other leaders or other people that you admire or other people that you see succeeding in this business. Don't limit you because you haven't achieved that success yet. Because if that's the case, you don't believe you're going to achieve, and that's why you're not achieving. You got to believe and get inspired from outside inspiration when you're not where you want to be. When I said, hey, I wanted to earn my paid for vehicle, I was upside down in my Dodge journey, barely being able to afford my car payment, but I believed I was going to earn a car. And I did not let off the damn gas until I did. Some of you let off the gas and then get mad because you're not where you want to be. My chapter, I know what a 200K leader needs. I know how I need to show up as a 200K leader. Guess what? I've been resisting and growing and being like, oh, this is going to be hard because I know what I need to do. I need to face myself. I need to call myself out on my BS. So guess what? I got to do different to get different. Same thing for me. I'm no different. Sorry, I'm on a tangent tonight, I feel like. I'm out of breath. I'm like so lively. Water break. 1 second. Okay. Okay, let's talk about this because I'm going to get like sidetracked. When was the last time you did an opportunity story or post? When was the last time you did bullet pointed opportunity post? Like up to $1,300 in your first 2 weeks. Run your business for free product credit. And I hate hearing, well, everyone else does that. Okay, everyone else doesn't do it like you. So no, not everyone does it. Everyone draws inspiration, but no one can do it like you can do it, boo. So you got to do it because there's a reason to our madness, because it works. If you monkey see, monkey doed it as much as you doubted yourself and monkey see what the leaders do and copy y'all know what I mean by that. Do you imagine what you could shift your mind and your belief and your perspective if you just committed to you and monkey seeing, monkey doing, and not overcomplicating this and just being you, feeding the faith? A lot of you guys are living in a lot of you guys are living in your plan B because you're more committed to that mindset than you are committed to this business, and you're living your plan B out instead of your plan A because you're operating in your plan B because your plan B beliefs don't match your plan A because your plan A is hard. Your plan A takes work. Your plan A takes change. Your plan A takes awareness. Your plan A takes you really calling yourself out on your BS. Why do you think I don't talk to family all the time? Because they're stuck where they're at. Why am I going to keep going to the same people that aren't growing? I'm going to lead. I'm going to be misunderstood. I'm going to be talked about. I'm going to be whatever. But you want to know what? My actions speak for themselves. How I lead, how I love, how I serve, how I grow speaks for itself. And if I can be a person in someone else's life that helps them change, that is my passion. I think we connect this business, that this business needs to be our passion, that it needs to be the one thing that makes us like have a purpose in life. No. My passion is being that girl that was on drugs in 2009 that overdosed and died for 5 minutes, being able to recreate her life and show other women that have gone through the same things, abusive relationships. I found an old memory in my phone the other day because I was going through and deleting my 50,000 pictures I have in my phone because that's a thing. And I was in 2015 demographic. And in 2015 demographic of my pictures, there was a picture of all these bruises I had on my leg, me sitting in my cubicle at work at USAA with bruises all right here, bruises all right here. I was there on a Monday and I had taken documentation because my ex-husband tried to run me over with a vehicle. The thing about it is, you guys, my mess is my message. My passion is showing others you, the broken, the ones that want change, the ones that want hope, the ones that want confidence, the ones that want to believe, the ones that want to lead, the ones that want to change instead of being a victim of how society tells us how to be, act, fear, whatever. Do different to get different. I don't know what the coronavirus numbers are. I don't know what the news has to say. I don't know what anything that's negative that goes on has to go on. All I know is that I'm all for save the children, and that's the only thing I'm involved in is that whole rabbit hole of that kind of stuff. But besides the negative things that go on in the world, you know what I do? I pray for it. I believe in change. I believe in being love. You want to know how you make a difference in this world? You be about it. You be the people that want to inspire and impact. So if you guys really looked at your actions, 70% of the time you're a beast. 30% of the time you're a gazelle. Let's talk about that. If you're being a beast only 70% of the time, you're not going to see the results you want. You have to be hungry and obsessed with what you're creating as much as you want to breathe. I truly know that I am going to be the first multiple $1,000,000 woman in my family. I'm going to be the next Joyce Myers. I'm going to be the next, maybe not like dressing like her and all the things, but like I'm going to be the Rachel Hollis, Joyce Myers of our generation. COVID and all has made that a little hard to do all the speaking things and stuff like that, but I believe in what I'm here for. Why do you think I put free content out through my podcast? Because I want people to see that they're capable of doing anything you can put your mind to. So I'm done on tangent time. We're going to get back to like a little bit of vulnerable because I go off all the time. This is why I have other leaders do tangible trainings because I don't know how to do tangible. All I know is that you fail your way forward. Like that's truly what it comes down to. You do the things that you're avoiding, and guess what? Everything starts to work out when you're persevering and you're doing your daily routine and you're showing up and you're leading and growing and serving and loving. So let's talk about 3 last things and then I'm done. October, we're going to have new leadership leading work with me's for the month of October. So we already have it all planned out. What I decided when we made these changes with our team, as I want you guys to all have an opportunity to get uncomfortable, but you have to be committed to what you say you committed to. We all have life. I think a lot of us are going through things where we have school, we have all the things as a wife, a mom, whatever being thrown at us. This is when you really see if you're about what you say you want to be about. Like on GOAT training yesterday, that lady that's a 200K leader, I forget her name, it's Chastity, I think it was Chastity Marie or something. She had a family function going on and forgot she had to do a GOAT training and overscheduled herself. And she still showed up to what she committed to when she could have easily told one of her leaders to lead it, and she still showed up. That's what I'm trying to talk about. That's what separates the best from the rest. Are you having integrity to what you committed to when no one is looking? My dog is choking, so if you hear her gasping for breath, that's what it is. Sorry. If you could hear her, I'm just dying at like how she sounds right now. Pixie, come here. Okay, the bigger the dream, the harder the grind. So have you guys shared about the cheat treat, like our new treat product? Have you posted in your stories? Have you talked about it in one sort of way? If you haven't, that goes on to your to-do list, okay? Have you set up your goals for October? Guess what? Mine are in my planner and ready to go. I'm on board this month because I'm committed to getting out of my way. Goals are written down. I've done one-on-ones with the leaders that I need to press into. I'm on like a whole tangent of like, be about what you say about. So tangible tips for posting. I'm going to be doing lunch and learns, which what that is going to be around like lunchtime, my time. You can hop on. I'm going to switch it up like once a week and like do an opportunity event, and you can have your potentials come and listen to me talk about the business side of things, or I could do like a training style every other week. I'm not going to be doing those of the month or the week of the 14th because that is when I'm moving. So I'm going to be a little unpresent for the 13th and the 14th. So if you need someone, go to the chat, things like that, letting y'all know. I still will be available, just showing up more behind the scenes. I wanted us to also focus on growing through what you go through. Keeping that as a focal point for October. Sharing your vulnerable things and being committed to daily actions. So I want everyone for the next 90 days to write down what your days look like we talked about. So goal setting, okay? October 1st, the only reason I'm going through this really quick is because I know it's going to be October. By the time we meet again on Sunday, it's going to be whatever day that is in October. So that's why I'm going over this stuff right now to prepare you for, I think Wednesday's October 1st. I don't know, one of the days. But the other thing is I want you guys to pick one word that you want to focus on being, meaning like character-wise, like character trait, whatever it may be. Like maybe it's integrity, maybe it's love, maybe it's unworthiness, maybe whatever, maybe confidence. I don't know. Pick a word and write it down, okay? The other thing is, there was one other thing. I swear there was. Oh, I want to go over any type of like series of trainings in the month of October for posting and traction marketing. I'm also going to go over stories and opportunities. I'm going to go over engaging, resourcefulness with your content and organization tips. And then I'm going to go over conversation start to close. So stay tuned for trainings in the team page about those specific. There's already ones in there, but I'm going to draw new inspiration, new ideas, things that I've been learning, especially with the new algorithms and things like that. If you're going to ask for post love, I've unfollowed a lot of you guys. Make sure you're going into the chat and sharing post love in the chat. And if you're going and engaging on someone's post and it's on Instagram, make sure you save it as well. It helps their algorithm. If you're going to help your person, like another Thriver out, make sure it's in your downline. Don't follow Thrivers, you guys. If like you didn't hear that in the training on the GOAT training, try to go through and clean up your network. If you're all following each other and you're not your direct enrolled, I would probably unfollow just to clean up your network a little bit. I am going to be doing one-on-ones the month of October. I took September just to do them towards more of the end. I do one-on-ones on Thursdays or Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And if you need one, you have to message me. I'm not going to remind you that day. If you're not on that work with me at the time that we agreed, then that's your fault. Like, my time's valuable. I'm here to help you, but I'm here to also match your effort. Let's see. I have not found the GOAT training recording. I'm waiting for, I messaged Paul on Instagram because he usually responds to me back really fast on there. So I'm sure he'll get back to me. He doesn't respond on the weekends because he unplugs most of the time on the weekends. So I'm waiting for him to message me back. Also, let's prepare for this, okay? So if you heard on the GOAT training, and if you're brand new to this business, I'm so damn excited for you. If you're running towards 12K or a 12K leader, and you're in this business the next 90 days, so if you're not a 12K leader, this should be lighting a fuel underneath your damn fire. Guess what? The next 90 days is going to be your qualifying months for whatever vacation they're announcing for February. The fact that they said October, that means there's 90, they always do 90-day qualification periods. So that means October, November, December. Those are our busiest months, y'all. And I'm telling you, I went to Jamaica last year. Everything is paid for. Unlimited drinks, unlimited food, your tickets, it's just like a dream. Y'all need to go, and you should not be counting yourself out. I already know I'm going to have a handful of you guys with me there, hugging me and celebrating. I don't drink like crazy anymore, so I probably will limit like to 1 tequila shot because I will feel it. If you've ever drank with me, literally like a half a tequila shot, I'm like, okay, no more. Sorry. But anyways, so I really want everyone there. I'm so damn excited that they're going to be doing a vacation. We all need it. Also, October 1st, I'm going to be dropping the deets soon. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a Biggest Loser in our customer group. This is making sure that you guys have all your customers in our customer page. And I'm going to be doing a large cash giveaway for them to whoever lost the most weight during that time frame, or maybe even if it's not losing weight, whoever feels different and changed in 90 days. Like it can be a facial before and after. I'm going to be picking 2 people from our customer group that will be announced in December for a huge cash giveaway for them. And then October, I am going to do different I'm not doing giveaways like I've been doing. I'm going to be doing PPA giveaways based off of whoever is the top PPA earners of each week. And it's going to be a pay your bill. So whoever is the top PPA, which PPA is your personally enrolled people. So whoever your enrollments, whoever is the highest enrollment for the week will be earning like cash giveaways and things like that. And then November, as a tribe, I am going to pick probably 1 to 2 families to do like a Thanksgiving meal on us. Meaning like someone in our downlines, like whoever you guys are, all of y'all, we're gonna pick like, and I haven't worked out the details. I'm literally talking as I'm going. But I want to provide Thanksgiving for a family in need. And it doesn't have to be just in our team. It could be like outside of our team, but I definitely want to give back to you guys, especially during the holiday season. I like to do a lot of things during the holiday season. So there's going to be lots of opportunities for things. If you guys need help with anything and you feel like you're scared to ask in the chat, or you're kind of like, you know that I'm going to probably say it how it is, and you're kind of nervous to come to me about anything, I want you to know it's a safe space. And like anything that you are going through, I've probably been through, and it's totally a part of your path. But you need to message, because if you stay stuck in that, or if you don't go to your upline and grow through that, you're probably going to be going like this. And if I can help you get out of this and go this faster, That's the key. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's worth it. So I know this was all over the place. I appreciate you guys letting me take up 6,000 hours of your night. I want you to set your goals, get ready for October. Don't let off the gas, because how you end the month is how you start the month. So love you guys, and I hope this benefited you in some type of way.